Welcome back, my Horatios. It's time to fall in love again. I'm keeping the intro short for all those beautiful Horatios from the future who are binge watching this playthrough right now. And I know one day there will be 1 million of you. Even more, 10 million. A Marioplex of Horatios. Give or take 2 to 200 years. This is how my YouTube channel will look like. I will be this green Horatio here. All of you, every single egg-headed beauty, that's gonna be you guys. This is how the first Amazing Roaches con is going to look like, and I'm very much looking forward to it. So, without further ado, let's jump right back in where we were. Quick reminder, we're in indoctrination. And we don't know anything because our memory implant is faulty, but nobody knows yet that we're a faulty clone, so let's listen what they're gonna tell us. We meander through the corridors for a couple of minutes before we reach our destination. This is a huge room covered in rich materials, from the deep carpeting in the middle of the room to the paneled walls. There are long rows of wide, comfortable-looking seats, but can I do this? All facing a wall covered with an immense hollow screen. Low columns form arcades and run along the walls of the room. It's beautiful. A Horatio in a red suit is standing with arms crossed on a low podium in front of the hollow screen. He has a look of studied annoyance on his face. Once all of us are inside the room, he speaks up. "May I have your attention, please?" The crowd falls silent. His voice carries across the room, and even from somewhere near the entrance, I can easily hear him. "Please, take a seat. Go all the way through the row. Don't just hog the center seats. You'll hear me just fine from the sides as well." There's a bit of a rush forward from the new clones to do exactly the opposite of that. Soon enough, a cluster of Horatios are sitting in the prime seats and preventing the rest of the file from moving along. Oh, for his sake. Go around the audience and find a seat from the other side, and occupy the back and side seats if necessary. I position myself carefully in a spot at the back. I'd rather watch what's happening and do my best to blend in. The Horatio in the red outfit seems about to continue, when another moves in from the shadowy arcades to the side of the room and climbs the steps to the podium. Oh, it's green! Is this big boss? Big nice daddy be myself Horatio? They're blinking. Have they been blinking the last time too? Was this edit? Where are the patch notes? His feet echo softly on the green marble tiles. The red Horatio closes his mouth and deflates a bit. The other one is moving pretty slowly, and from the envious looks of my closest neighbors, I can only imagine that it's on purpose. He dismisses Red with a casual gesture of the hand and a smile. He's flipping it off. Fuck off, Red. It's my stage. Red Horatio leaves the stand. Stando? With a grin, the second Horatio turns to us, his cape flowing in an empathetic demonstration that he's here and demands our attention. When he speaks, his inflections are slightly different. I surmise that he probably spends a lot of time speaking in public. "Thank you, second-rate Master Sergeant Extras B12, that'll be all. To each and every me, welcome to Kappa Station, finest in the cluster. Your memory imprints do not cover the last couple of decades, since the last backup was distributed among cloning facilities in this quadrant. Therefore, a lot of the information you know and the things you know may be outdated. This is a crash course in what has happened while you were sleeping. Let's start with the most important thing, etiquette with regards to my person. You may address me as third-rank esteemed Grand Headmaster Rat Chai Eternus PO2. Oh, so that's not the ultimate big Chad Horatio? But he's pretty high in the food chain, so if he's pretty high up in the Chad chain, so if we manage to get him, we probably can use him as a ladder to get to the real Chadratio. In settings that only compromise initiate level and above station personnel, you may call me simply Grand Headmaster or Master Eternus PO2. In public, you will always address me as Your Likeness. Provided that the honorifics have been properly given and received, in a small setting, you may subsequently call me Sir. He pauses for a second. Also, this is how I want my subscribers to address me. Like I said in the beginning, I'm gonna be the green Horatio and that's him. So if we should ever meet, if you leave a comment, That's the etiquette how to comment, alright? Now that this is covered, let us move on to our secondary topics. Toppings, yeah, fucking Subway. Topics. First, your own identity. It is with a great pleasure that I deem you all initiates. More specifically, your full name will be First Level Initiate Macres, since this is your facility of origin, and then your chosen name, along with your decanting birth and badge number. You are badge 21 of this administration. There is a holo pad on your desk. You may use it now to approve your suggested name or pick another one. I look at the holo pad resting atop the desk. The screen reads, First Level Initiate Macres Placeholders F21. Is that... do I really want to be called by that name? No. I racked my mind for an idea. Could I randomly type in letters? Wait, no, I'll be stuck with that. Better find something discreet so I blend in. I press the delete button. The words enter your name appear instead. Oh, is this... okay. I'm actually liking the name Chadratio. So, and that's our goal. To become the ultimate Chadratio. So, but now it's a name. Yeah, I'm 12 years old. Leave me be. The screen flashes green for a second after I hit the submit key. Okay. My name is First Level Initiate Macres Chadratio 69 F21 now. Hope it brings me luck. The Horatio on stage must have some way of checking our progress, because after a moment he continues. As initiates, you need not address Category X personal or unsightly species you may encounter directly. You may find the closest underling to do that for you. Be aware that there are many new species that have been added to his glorious empire. Xenoglyphs aside, there might be some more aliens around the station. Do not be alarmed, they should all be tame. Generally, the rough and unwashed masses are kept away from the batters, but several client species are permanent resident aboard Kappa Station. It is entirely possible that you'll come across some of their representatives over the course of the next few weeks. Should you need to communicate with them, they are familiar with our speech and will attempt to replicate it to the best of their ability. Most of the new species we have encountered have proved to be just as disappointing as we expected. He smirks, he flicks his wrist and pulls his belt buckle free. Now this is a show. Oh, just a buckle. The belt is still holding. I'm disappointed. Well, he's not even wearing pants, so there's no pants to drop. Do you think Green Horatio is not wearing any underwear? Leave it in the comments or something. I actually think it would be really fun to have my comments filled with a discussion of the question if Green Horatio is wearing underwear or not. With a wave, the buckle lights up, revealing a small holo pad. Fancy. Now, for a brief overview of what has happened in the last decades. Relationships with the so-called fledgling United Empire remain very cold. Representatives from their young leader, a male human called Zelevas, have refused vassalage under the auspicious leadership of Horatio himself. Similarly, they have repelled violently several attempts at claiming outer planets for our empire. Proceed with caution. Relationships with the robotic insectoid hive known as the Cravers are still at an all-time low. They have eaten the last dozen envoys as well as the ships they came on. The colony of Hacker was deemed lost after we had to vitrify the surface in the year 10191 after him. Their strength would make a great addition to the Empire, but at this time we are not pursuing efforts any further. Similarly, we are currently not in speaking terms with the Sophon Republic. The diminutive know-it-alls have recently jumped the gun and seized the system of Ingress and... wait, this happened centuries ago! He flicks through several screens on his holoscreen in rapid succession. All this information is completely out of date! Who messed with the geopolitics database? I am surrounded by complete idiots. I swear... never mind this. He turns off the holoscreen, sighs, then continues. I guess I will be doing this from memory. It might be a bit patchy, something that your own memories will definitely encounter too once you start living in your body for a while. Something to do with having millennia of memories of him. Moving on, you might be wondering why so many of you are being decanted at this time and for what purpose. This station is home to Horatio Academy, where the best and brightest of his siblings come from all across the Empire for further education. They managed to sneak in a high school setting. My god, and it feels natural. Like, it feels legit. The best of these, in turn, get a shot at joining the other academy, led by a Vodiani male called Isian Bamba. The Vodiani. Life-sucking ghouls who live in gigantic space arcs and prey on the defenseless souls of our brethren. Except this Isiander fellow who fled them and founded the academy, a place that has grown into immense power. They have knowledge and mastery of dust. Your purpose, if you end up among the chosen few, is to go there and acquire some of his knowledge and power and bring it back for the glory of his empire. Finally, the why so many of you at once? Well, 2 of our exploration vessels disappeared recently. They contained the brightest minds of his generation, our best shot at getting the knowledge we're seeking. They're gone now, and just a few very short weeks before Horatio Prime himself is due to review our academy cadets. Oh, I'm an academy cadet, so we better be good at school or Daddy will give us a spanking. Horatio Prime himself is coming to Kappa Station, and we have no cadets. The shame this would bring to me and to the whole station would be unbearable. Anyway, you have got about 3 weeks to become these cadets. There will be extensive training. There will be classes. There will be etiquette courses and lessons of the latest courtly dances. There will be no failure. Or else a spanking by Daddy. Now, if you have questions, keep them for your instructors tomorrow. Time for you to get sustenance and retire to your personal quarters. He turns away and walks out the same way he came, under the arcades and out of sight. This Eternus PO2 guy is something else. He's kinda hot. That's the thing, I don't wanna ruin my chances with Chadratio Prime. Does this actually change anything? He has a certain allure, that's like... Yeah, he's... Yeah. If I understand him correctly, I have 3 weeks to not only pass for a normal Horatio, Chadratio. No, for a normal Horatio, true. But to become an outstanding specimen, a Chadratio, there it is. Worthy of sending on to steal secrets from a powerful alien entity. The Virgin alien entity. Gotcha. People have already started getting up when the other one comes back. Master Sergeant something something, I believe. Attention, please. You are now going to be provided with dinner. Follow me to the mess hall. Without waiting, he turns around, walks down the podium and off into the direction opposite the one we came. My brethren and I quickly follow. Finally we get there. Compared to the conquerors and the room we were just in, this is a rather drab place. Somehow halfway between a spaceport and a hospital. It doesn't look like a place to enjoy dinner as much as a place to eat. A place to feed oneself. Some of my, I guess, classmates are already in line, and a few have already sat down to eat something I can't quite identify yet. I have decided to say classmates, since I can't settle on whether we should be feeling any kinship towards one another. It looks like those machines are pooping. Like seriously, look at this. It does feel strange to hear brethren every other sentence, and I guess calling us cadets might be getting ahead of myself yet. The headmaster's speech didn't really help normalize the situation, really. Someone bumps into me and I realize I'm holding up the crowd. I get in line. I grab a tray and slide it on the rail. There are some odd kitchen utensils available, but I'm not sure what purpose they serve, so I compromise by taking a spoon from the lot. Upon closer inspection, I realize it's a spork. The future looks amazing. I look up at the people serving us food. They're all Horatios too, wearing some sort of jumpsuit and looking pretty upset to be here. Ah, the bad boy Horatio. One hands me a bowl of something I don't quite recognize, serving me a mean look at the same time. I'm surprised by the direct eye contact, and before I know it I'm saying, "Hello, thank you?" The Horatio lunch person is as surprised as I am, and frowns before saying back, "Hello, enjoy your food." I've never before seen anyone be so begrudging in saying thank you. But then again, I've not seen many people. Take it easy, friend. I shuffle along and look at the contents of my bowl. It's slop. Definitely slop. I don't know what it's made of, or what animal it came out of. Ew. Oh well, at least it seems hot. I grab some water and a piece of bread. No dessert options. I look around for a place to sit next to someone, hoping for a bit of, well, any kind of interaction. I sit down next to a bored looking classmate, but after a few overtures and encouraging smiles, I give up. Every me's a bit on edge, and at other tables it looks like people are focusing on the contents of the tray. The slop proves to taste just as awful as it looks. Once I'm done pushing about the last bits of food left, I stand up and go put my tray back where I've seen others do so. A fair bunch of people have left already, and I'm looking at their trays. It seems like I'm not the only one for whom enjoyment of our dinner was minimal. Off to the side, there's a guard ticking people off a long list and sending them down a hallway. It's that Master Sergeant dude again, I think. Some of us, it seems, have different face markings and uniforms, although I'm not sure what their meanings are. We lock eyes and he barks up. "What's your name, first level initiate?" I enunciate clearly. "I am Chadratio 69 F21, first level initiate Magret's Chadratio 69 F21. He searches for a few moments, then finds it. "Yes, Chadratio 69 F21. My god. Your living quarters are in section B8, level 9, hallway 47, door 32. And if you add all those numbers together, it adds up to 69. Believe me, just believe me. It's down this way. Just follow the signs. You can't miss it." Miss it. And if you do, you'll figure it out eventually. I look the way he's pointing at, a nondescript hallway off to the side, leading away from the concourse. I look back at the guard, but he's turned his attention to someone else. Hesitantly, I set out to find door 32. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thank you for watching and thank you for being with me. If you enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe and leave a like, so you don't miss out on the next episodes of Chadratio's Quest for Love. See ya!